about a friendly competition coming to Oswego's campus.
Plus, the relocation of a Long Island Railroad station, where it's headed.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Allie Perry. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Allie Perry.
And I'm Eliza Hopkins.
April 19th through April 20th, Laker Hacks will be hosting a 24-hour hackathon, where participants are given a theme to create a project by quote-unquote hacking code together.
From 10 a.m. to 10 a.m., teams of 1 to 4 will get a chance to compete for first place prize winner. Event organizers have future plans to invite different companies and schools to also compete.
As a part of SUNY Oswego's Engineering Week, students will have the opportunity to connect with regional partners and alumni in the field of engineering. Earlier, there was an event held specifically for women in engineering. Those who went to the event were able to make valuable connections and hear from women within the field. The events going on this week aim to provide students with networking opportunities and first-hand knowledge of engineering. For more information, students can visit the engineering department's website.
SUNY Oswego invites all students to come and attend the annual bench press competition. This event is a way for students to show off their strength in a friendly competition. Medals will be given out for the top person in each weight class, as well as medals for the overall winners. Even if you aren't a weightlifter, don't be a stranger, come and cheer on the competitors. Students are encouraged to pre-register at the front desk of any fitness center on campus. Even if you don't need to worry, you can always register on site. The competition will take place tomorrow in the Sweatman Gym. Registration starts at 3:30 p.m. and the competition starts at 4.
SUNY Oswego student Katie Carlin, a double major in psychology and public relations, is bringing awareness to campus. Carlin has been doing presentations called Quest Posters, promoting a better understanding of neurodiversity. Carlin explains that in the 23 years of living as a neurodiverse person, all the research that has been put in really hits home. Katie will continue to do research as well as spread awareness through social media platforms. Now for a sneak peek of tonight's weather with David Pearson.
What is it looking like, David?
Thanks, guys. Good evening, Lakers. My name is David Pearson, and I'm here with a preview of your Laker weather. Tonight we're going to be talking about our little glimpse of spring we were given earlier today, with temperatures in the mid-60s, now falling overnight in this next headline, into the low 40s to high 30s. Not a great look for April, just saying. We also have a chance of snow going into next week, which is not something I can say I really appreciate, but not much I can do about it. And we have one more newsmaker for the evening, which is the possibility of seeing the Aurora Borealis. That will remain to be seen with our cloud cover, but it never hurts to check. We're also going to take a quick look at our current conditions. We got temperatures around 61 degrees, partial cloud cover moving in, relative humidity about 35%, and pressure about 1002.8 millibars, with winds out of the west, 10 to 15 miles per hour. I'm going to get out of your way here for the last bit here and give you a little glimpse of your satellite. Don't have much going on in the ways of precipitation, mostly into the south of the state. Just keep an eye on that cloud cover moving into the Fulton area. That's going to probably get to us in an hour or two. Other than that, I'll give you the rest in the full forecast. But for now, back to the desk with the rest of the night's news.
Thanks, David. I know I'm not looking forward to the rainy weather.
Me neither, but you know what they say, when comes April showers, brings May flowers.
That's what they say.
But now moving on to more local news. Sheriff Don Hilton of the Oswego County Sheriff's Office is recognizing April as Autism Awareness Month and adopting the Blue Envelope program. This program encourages drivers with autism to obtain a blue envelope from the Sheriff's Office. Drivers will keep their license, registration, insurance card, and other relevant documents during a traffic stop in this envelope. When the driver hands this over to the officer, it signals their condition and the officer will adjust appropriately.
New recruits are being sworn in and will now begin their journey within the Fulton law enforcement. The new recruits, Camelin Shaw, Nicholas Berezcha, Colin Chanfarano, and Joseph Roback, are a part of the first academy class that is being held at the Cayuga Community College location. Chief Michael Curtis says he is confident in the 4 recruits and trusts that they will make a positive impact on the community. The ceremony is being held Tuesday, April 8th, and will mark the start of an intensive training process.
Governor Hochul signed 3 new laws strengthening gun violence prevention in New York. The first law will ensure penalties for pistol converters, rapid-fire modification devices attached to semi-automatic pistols. The second law will strengthen requirements for debit and credit card issuers to use the merchant category code for firearms and ammunition retailers. And finally, the third law will strengthen the requirements for gun salesmen to distribute warnings of gun ownership, such as suicide risks.
Governor Kathy Hochul also announced today the Metropolitan Transportation Authority broke ground with the new Yaphank Long Island Railroad Station. Hochul said the station will be relocated to be closer to William Floyd Parkway, the Long Island Expressway, and the Brookhaven National Lab. The new station will also be fully accessible to all in accordance to the American Disabilities Act. Construction is estimated to be completed in the second quarter of 2026.
The current mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, will seek re-election as an independent. Adams, who was a Republican before becoming a Democrat, will run for a second term as independent. The announcement came in a campaign video Thursday, less than 24 hours after a judge dismissed a federal corruption case against the mayor. Adams says he will skip the Democratic primary in the New York election this June.
Still ahead tonight, an update on a certain rapper's probation status.
Plus, Pete Hegseth's examination after the Signal chat leaks.
When you look at the numbers in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade.
I can't hear like anything.
And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to
Good evening, Lakers. My name is David Pearson, and I'm here with your full Laker weather. Taking one last look at our current conditions, we're looking at temperatures about 61 degrees, with relative humidity still at 35%, pressure still about 1002.8 millibars, and winds still out of the west 10 to 15 miles per hour. That much hasn't really changed. Take another quick look here at the satellite loop here. Again, not too much in the way of anything. We have a little bit of precipitation in the south of the state, but that's likely not going to hit us too much tonight or into tomorrow even. Just a little bit of cloud cover, and that'll be a bit more important with our big newsmaker of the evening, which is the possible display of the Aurora Borealis tonight. As you can see behind me, the conditions are not great, but they're still there. You know, fair is better than nothing. There have been reports of the lights sighted in France, Austria, Germany, so if those sun conditions hold up, we might still have a chance of seeing them tonight. Clouds might cover it, but if you're at like a lakeside dorm or something, I recommend going outside and just trying to get a look. As a Johnson resident, I can attest the views there are fantastic. Another map here just tonight of the night's lows, mostly in the 30s for the entire state, which is a huge change from what we had today, you know, ranging in the mid-60s to even 70 in some parts of the state. We have a graph here just displaying the temperature decrease that we'll be seeing over the next couple of hours into tomorrow morning. 61 right now, give or take a degree or two. We're going to fall overnight, much like the market did today, and end up around high 40s, low 40s, high 30s, something like that. The lake will probably keep us a degree or two in either direction, but it's still not great, especially for April, okay? Not a big fan of this. We're going to just have a little map here, too, of some wind we might be seeing. Not too much in the way of it tomorrow. It's going to mostly start to move in into Saturday, which you'll see coming up when the reds and purples start to hit. Fulton has gusts reporting around 31. Oswego might be 10, 15 more than that, especially with the lake, so 45, 50. Those numbers wouldn't really surprise me. Then that wind's going to move out Saturday night. Sunday shouldn't be that much of a problem. Our main watch is going to be with precipitation. You'll see with Friday, we don't have a lot. We just have some cloud cover. Not even that. It's going to be mostly clear until the morning. About 12:30 Saturday, not much. So Friday night plans, I don't know, you're going to go out or something. Not going to need a raincoat. Just going to need a little bit of a jacket. Still going to be about low 40s, maybe mid 40s for lucky. Temperatures are supposed to rise a bit in the Saturday, but I wouldn't count on that much. And with the weather here, it's not going to really make that much of a difference. See all that green and yellow? It's going to move through us Saturday from the morning into the afternoon. It's going to be there for quite a bit of the day. So any plans for Saturday? Umbrella, raincoat, anything. Or my personal bet, just don't. We're going to go on now. Sunday, much the same. You're going to see some of that snow in the upper elevations to the north. That's going to be due to the temperature drop, which we'll be seeing in the 7-day forecast right here. We'll see Friday, temperatures in the mid-40s, lows in the 30s. Saturday, a little bit warmer, 54. Sunday, about the same as Friday with a little bit more rain. Monday, sunny. Tuesday's the day we're watching. There's actually a chance of snow for that. For those who aren't from the upstate area, this is actually a pretty normal April. We've had snow in May before, so it's not fun, but we'll take it. I can't imagine it'll be more than a trace to maybe an inch, and it likely won't stick due to the temperature being above freezing. Wednesday and Thursday, sun, 40s, maybe even 50 Thursday. That's about it for the weather. So sending it back to the desk with the rest of the night's news.
Thanks, David. A Georgia judge has ruled rapper Young Thug did not violate his probation through a social media post. Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, reposted a photo of a district attorney's office investigator's face, making the post subsequently viral, says Fulton County prosecutors. There's a court order for the investigator's face to not be shown on TV due to testifying in a gang murder hearing, making this the basis for the revocation request.
After top officials said information shared within a Signal group chat wasn't classified, the Defense Department announced it will review Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Inspector General Stephen Stebbins wrote a letter to Hegseth saying his goal is to determine if he and others followed protocol while using the commercial messaging app. The probe will also look into whether or not Hegseth stayed within the line of classification requirements. This comes after discussions about military strikes in Yemen were leaked last month through a Signal chat.
Ballard County, Kentucky was hit by an F2 tornado last night, causing significant damage and injuries.
Blaine McDonald has information on the aftermath of the nighttime tornado.
It only lasted just a few seconds, 5-10 seconds, with a hard wind. Of course, it still blew after that. And she texted her neighbor and said they lost the roof off of the garage. Well, their roof off the garage come over and knocked a tree down at the house.
That's Stanley Talley there, speaking about the moments before this happened. This is Bethel Cumberland Presbyterian Church in Gage, Kentucky, Ballard County. The church was hit by the pieces of their storage garage.
You know, it's probably one of the highest risk nights that we've had in a very long time here in Western Kentucky. But so far, I think we've fared out pretty good. We did last night have a family that seeked shelter and sustained some damage, some injuries. So we're definitely praying for them and full recovery for them.
Ballard County Emergency Management Director Travis Holder there. He says last night was a busy one, but their community was prepared. As the sun came up this morning, crews were working quickly to clean up, like this tree crew.
Just know that there's still a lot of fire crews out, emergency crews out, still trying to get roads cleared. Stay out of the area. A lot of people want to come out and see it. It'll still be here when the roads are open.
Both men agree the night could have been much worse.
Daughter went back to her house last night, and my granddaughter stayed with me because she felt more secure at my house. And we got in bed last night, and we said our prayers before we went to bed, thanking the Lord for what didn't happen to us.
The tornado injured 4 people, leaving 1 in critical damage.
If you would like to help or donate, please visit the Red Cross Tornado Relief page. When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, gas prices are on the rise, the cheapest places to fill your tank in Oswego, and what AAA has to say about the price surge.
And a popular electronics company has announced a sequel to a popular gaming console. When you can get your hands on it, that and more on WTOP-10.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the Earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, gas prices are on the rise. AAA says gasoline jumped by more than 10 cents to $3.26 a gallon this past week. It says refinery maintenance and the switch to a summer blend are among the factors driving the increase. The last time the national average for a gallon of regular gas was $3.26 was in September. Those looking to fill up their tanks on a budget in Oswego should check out Gulf on East 10th Street, with the lowest price in town at $2.99 per gallon. Other gas stations in the area are Sunoco and Burn Dairy at $3.09 and Fast Track at $3.12. AAA says current prices remain below the levels seen this time last year.
Starting yesterday, rich and poor customers can order a special drink inspired by the TEDx SUNY Oswego event. The drink is called the Red X Lemonade. It's a tart lemonade in a bright red color. Rich and Poor says the drink will only be available for a short time.
Tony's Chocolonely Inc. is recalling some chocolate bars. Officials with the New York-based company say some consumers found small stones in the candy. The 2 products being recalled are Tony's Dark Almond Sea Salt Bar and Tony's Everything Bar. The bars were sold nationwide and online over the past 2 months. Customers are advised to return the chocolate bars to the store they purchased at for a full refund.
Nintendo has unveiled the Switch 2. The original hybrid game console came out 8 years ago and was wildly successful. The Switch 2 will launch on June 5th for $450, compared to the first generation model's $300 price. On Wednesday, Nintendo revealed specific details about the Switch 2 for the first time, including specifics about hardware.
An estimated 2 million people in the U.S. will be diagnosed with cancer this year alone, according to the American Cancer Society. But new research released today suggests that 4 things can lower the risk of dying from the disease.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to the study's senior author about how to improve cancer survival odds.
Devastating diagnosis. Cancer can make a patient feel like so much is out of their control, but a new study suggests there are things that can be done to lower risk of dying from an obesity-related cancer diagnosis.
I think that that's a great message of not being able to feel hopeless that, well, I've had my treatment now, it's out of my hands.
American Cancer Society scientist Alpa Patel is senior author of a new study that shows 4 factors that can improve the odds of survival after an obesity-related cancer diagnosis. Avoiding obesity, staying physically active, eating a healthy diet, and limiting alcohol intake. Patel says survivors of non-smoking obesity-related cancers studied in the U.S. who mostly adhered to these healthy lifestyle choices after their diagnosis had a 24% overall lower risk of dying compared to those who didn't make as many healthy choices.
Even if you are not perfectly following these guidelines, the more you adhere to them, the better your odds of surviving your cancer diagnosis are.
Patel says that even if a person with cancer wasn't making healthy lifestyle choices before they found out they have the disease, choosing to be healthier post-diagnosis can help them.
It's a great opportunity for clinicians to reinforce to their patients, as well as for patients themselves to know that it's not too late to start after that diagnosis.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The research also found that those studied with cardiovascular disease had a 33% lower risk of dying from heart disease.
That is compared to those who didn't choose healthier lifestyles.
With baseball season in full effect, our sports reporter Jason Rude has the latest on the recent outcome of Lakers men's baseball.
Jason, what's been a hit and miss so far?
Thank you, Eliza. Oswego men's baseball took a hard road loss today against New Paltz 5-4 in a back-and-forth battle. The Lakers took a 3-2 lead in the 5th inning when Daniel Winchester scored on a sacrifice play, but New Paltz responded with an RBI single to tie it. In the 6th, Trey McGowan scored on a pass ball, putting Oswego up 4-3. Then in the 7th, New Paltz closed the game with a 2-run homer. Winchester led Oswego with 3 hits and 2 runs. Oswego falls to 12-6 on the season and will get another shot in New Paltz when they meet again on the road for a doubleheader this weekend. Coming up next, hear more about some Lakers sports honorees for the week, plus a current NHL player is only 2 goals away from equaling a legendary career record. That and more here on WTOP-10.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
Polly, sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Sports. I'm Rob Finger. We've got a lot going on in the world of sports, so let's get right into it. First up in Oswego sports, men's swimmer Mitchell Stevens was just named co-rookie of the year by the SUNYAC Conference. Stevens came into Oswego from Port Washington down on Long Island and in just his first year swimming with the Lakers, finished fourth in both the 100-yard and the 200-yard butterfly at the SUNYAC AMCC Championships. He also placed seventh in the 200-yard backstroke at the league championship meet. Well done to Stevens, who has a bright future here with the Lakers. 3 Lakers from the lacrosse teams have been named to SUNYAC Weekly honors as well. Logan Prescott was named SUNYAC Defensive Player of the Week for men's lacrosse after dominating the faceoff circle with a 79% faceoff win percentage, going 26 for 33. Then Corey O'Connor was named Offensive Player of the Week for men's lax, recording 12 points in just 2 games against Keuka and New Paltz. Rounding out the trio, Mackenzie Wynn was named Women's Lacrosse Offensive Athlete of the Week after recording 18 assists over just 3 games played. Hats off to these lax players. Switching courts now, college basketball fans, get your popcorn out. The Final Four of the NCAA tournament is this weekend. For the first time since 2008 and only the second time ever, all 4 1 seeds have made it to the final weekend, this year being held at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. The Florida Gators will take on the Auburn Tigers, and the Houston Cougars will take on the Blue Devils of Duke. It's all to play for with the semifinals on Saturday and the national title game Monday night. Hitting the ice, the Great 8 is just 2 goals away from tying Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal record. After scoring goals number 892 last night versus the Carolina Hurricanes, NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman and Wayne Gretzky himself are going to be hitting the road, following the Capitals to all of their games before the record is broken, joined by the Washington Capitals chairman and Ovechkin's own family. The Great Chase resumes this weekend as the Caps host the Chicago Blackhawks at Capital One Arena tomorrow night. Speaking of those Caps, let's see how the contest with the Canes went for them. We'll go to the first period of play. Halfway through the period, puck deep in the zone on the near side. Caps trying to clear. Bad turnover, though. Right into it, walking Sean Walker, and make no mistake, quick wrister, 1-0 Canes. A few minutes later, Carolina rushing it in, passed over to Aho. Now Gostisbehere with it, walks it. Big shot. First save made, but the rebound is scooped up by Jackson Blake, and it's now 2-0 Canes. Just 3 minutes later, Carolina on the power play. Sebastian Aho up now to Gostisbehere. Ghostbear working with it, walks it across, passed over to Seth Jarvis, and a huge one-timer makes it 3 unanswered for the Hurricanes. They'd score 4th, but we'll go to late in the second. We told you he'd score in this game, and we'll show it to you now. Jacob Tricklin working in the corner up top, Ovi near his office. Bang! Number 892, 3 away from breaking the record, beats Freddie Anderson, but this game is not over. Middle of the third period, face off to Lindgren's left, and Jackson Blake just decides to roof it. Second goal of the game, and that's where it did finish. 5-1 final score. Canes beat the Caps, but Ovi is just 3 away from the record being his, and of course, the Caps have already clinched a spot in the dance.
That was marvelous, Rob. Thank you. That's our report for tonight.
Thank you for watching.
Have a great night, everyone.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
no.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up with that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.